When you see the label of espresso on a bag of coffee beans, or if you don't, does that make a difference? My name is Jake with Seattle Coffee Gear, and today we're going to be talking about the age-old question, is there a difference between espresso beans and coffee beans? We're going to be doing a taste test with our espresso beans here and our coffee beans here, both in espresso and drip coffee, so we'll see if there's a difference. And we're also going to be answering some common questions that you may have about the differences between these two different types of beans. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and let's get on to that taste test. So we're back with our drip coffee here. I was brewing both these blends on the Ratio 6 Series 2. We use the same amount of water, same amount of coffee, same temperature, so everything's consistent. So we'll give the Crew Brew a test. This is an all-round blend, good for drip, so we know it's gonna be a pretty tasty drip coffee. Yeah, well balanced, really nice. As a drip coffee, the strength is really good with, we use 50 grams of coffee with 800 milliliters of water. And we're gonna try the sugar bean now. Also really good, you know, as an espresso blend, you're getting a little bit more of a roasty note because it is a little bit darker, but also balanced, a little more chocolatey. Even though it's labeled for espresso, I would say that that's a perfectly good cup of drip coffee. Try it on your drip coffee maker, might end up being your favorite new drip blend. And now we're gonna be brewing both these coffees on an espresso machine, specifically the Rancilio Silvia, so we'll see what the differences are with an espresso blend and a non-espresso blend in an espresso format. So we're back with our espresso from the Silvia. So I'm gonna give the sugar bee a test first. Yeah, it makes really good espresso, sugar bee does. It's nutty, it's really rich, it's chocolatey, and it's super well balanced. There's not a lot of acid there. There's also not a lot of bitterness. It's kind of that perfect medium dark level that you'd expect from a roaster like Tony's. So now I'm gonna try the Crew Brew and see how that is as espresso. Okay, so different again. It's a little bit more acidic than the sugar bee. I think some of that comes down to the roast level, some of it comes down to the variety, but it would really hold up in a latte, a mocha, or even black like this, just as a straight double shot. I think it tastes really good. And it definitely can hold up to the espresso brew method. So when we ask the question what the difference is between espresso and coffee beans, there are a few different reasons why you may see different labeling on a bag of coffee. With Tony's Coffee, when they say espresso, what they're meaning is that's the recommended brew method for this exact roast. So they roast it just a little bit darker than some of their other coffees, and that's pretty common in espresso blends, is that it's a little bit darker than their drip coffee blends. But ultimately, it's the recommendation of the roaster for what they find tastes best with this exact blend. On the other hand, like with Crew Brew, what we see is a kind of a more all-around, it's a little bit lighter of a roast than the sugar bee, just a little bit. These aren't super different in terms of their roast level, but it is a little bit lighter. It's suggested to be used for all sorts of brew methods. It's not specifically blended and roasted for espresso, but you can definitely make espresso with Crew Brew and drip coffee with sugar bee. They're all Arabica coffee beans, and it's really just a suggestion of the roaster on what they find tastes best and what they recommend for it. You're welcome to use any bean and any brew method that you want. At the end of the day, it's all the same exact coffee bean. What's your experience like with these different type of beans? Do you like to brew drip coffee with a specific espresso blend? Do you like to brew espresso with a specific drip blend? Let us know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and if you look in the description below, you'll see a link to sign up for our newsletter to keep up to date with all things coffee. Thank you so much for watching, and keep making coffee you love.